Welcome to the building, y'all. Welcome to No Face Sports Show. You're now tuned into the sounds of the No Face Sports Show here at Sports King Vision with your host, Hank. And as you can see, the topics that we're going to be talking about today are the uproar we had earlier this week with Shaq and Karl Anthony Towns, the Phil Jackson 40-20 rule, and my guy, Trick Williams over in WWE. Are you trying to win? I try to tie all my topics together whenever I do the No Face Sports Show here at Sports King Vision. And basically, it's about winning. What do we want to do to win? Are you trying to win with your company? Are you trying to win with your team? Are you trying to win with your mentality? That is the theme of this show. And as we move on, we're going to tap in right now to the Karl Anthony Towns and Shaq incident that happened on ESPN. And of course, it's not Turner anymore. It's inside the NBA. Shaq, Ernie, Kenny, and Chuck. And as you can see, there was an awkward exchange between Shaq and Karl Anthony Towns. You can read it there. But furthermore, what we're going to do here is we're actually going to play it, and we're going to, look on with it. Give me 1 second here.
From Jersey, so I always keep it real. At the beginning of the game, I said you were playing soft because I've seen you at times when you play great. And what you must understand in New York, you need to be great for you guys to win the championship. It's high aspirations. Yeah. If you guys win the championships, of course they're going to talk about Brunson, but it's you and your play. You have to be dominant. You responded very, very well. You played well. You played in the paint. That's how you should play. You should always play great. Being from Jersey, good ain't good enough. You had a great game tonight. I'm proud of you.
For sure. But what you said, too, is if we win a championship, they could talk about anybody. As long as we all get a ring, that's the most important thing.
No, but
I don't care. I don't care about none of that.
No, but you got to play great. 1-2 punch, and you part of that 1-2 punch.
Shaq's pushing back on it a little bit.
I want to make sure we all understand the biggest goal and the main goal here is to win. It don't matter about who gets the credit or whatever.
I just want
to get that perspective as well.
You got to play great to get the credit.
I hear you.
Yeah, okay.
Legend, I agree with you.
All right.
I agree with you.
I got you, Jersey, baby.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Call Shaq here. You
pause that there. Now, I know that a lot of people are going to say that Shaq was hating on Cat. And as you heard in the exchange, they're both from the Jersey area. Karl lived there when he was younger as well, and of course Shaq as well. And that's not the perspective that I have on it. I feel like Shaq was trying to motivate him to greatness. Shaq has got 4 NBA championships. He's got 6 or 7 appearances in the finals himself. He knows what it is to win and what it takes to be great. Remember, all his coaches and players pushed him as well. He's got his own motor, but other people pushed him as well. This is a tactic that's done by a lot of the old school people. When they see, the talent in you, they can see that you can do greater things. They try to push you. And then this is what Shaq is doing with Karl Anthony Towns. Now, Karl Anthony Towns did push back. Cat did push back and said, I just want my team to win, which is true. But Karl Anthony Towns is a big proponent for the Knicks to try to win a championship in the window that they have. It's not going to, the windows don't always last long. You got Brunson, you've got, Bridges, and you've got Anunoby, and you got Hart, and you've got other pieces that are coming off the bench to help the team. And Brunson sacrificed some money on the table to keep the team together. Their window is not very, very large. And Shaq is saying this because, the Knicks fans have complained about it this year. And I've seen it even in that Pistons series last year where Karl kind of disappeared. And I know the Pistons defense had something to do with it, but he had, a couple games when he had 10 points. He was in foul trouble a lot. He fouled out of one game. The Boston series wasn't as big. And of course, in the Indiana series, he did show up for the most part, but he did have foul trouble. And, he wasn't shooting well from the free throw line. All those things have to be done at a elite, great level in order to win in the playoffs and win a championship. He is definitely the number 2 on the Knicks. Brunson is number 1. And if you watch Brunson since he's been there, you're going to get elite numbers from him every night. He should be honestly in the MVP conversation as well. Said that last year, even this year. Cat has to be, we got to know every night we're giving 20 and 10. We're going to stay out of foul trouble. We're going to shoot 80% from the free throw line. We're going to, take threes when it's needed. He's a good 3-point shooter, but we need him to shoot great percentages to put, pressure on that defense and make them be honest. And he has to play defense himself. That was one thing that Josh Hart criticized him earlier this year. But as long as he gives effort, he stays out of foul trouble, and he shows up every night, doesn't have the duds, especially in the playoffs, is against these great teams he's going to face, that this team has a great chance of getting to the finals and winning one for New York, who hasn't won one in a long, long time. The city and the state is ready for it. So I understand Shaq pushing back, and I understand Cat's perspective. It is the right thing to say, however we get it done, as long as we win. But he is very heavily needed because he is a great talent, and they traded to get him because they felt he can be that solid number 2 and help this team get over the hump. So, hey, looking great. New York is still winning. We're going to see what they do in the playoffs. They're putting things together still. But I do understand why Shaq said what he said. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section. And we're going to move forward here. As we said that, of course, tonight is going to be about, are you trying to win? Are you trying to win? And we're going to look at it. Phil Jackson and his 40-20 rule, right? Can you win 40 games before you lose 20? And most of these teams win the NBA championship. Is a great dig on him, finding those statistics and putting it together. Who's going to win championships? And as you can see, this season is going to be SGA and his Thunder. Is going to be Wemby and the Spurs and the Detroit Pistons and Cade Cunningham. They all have won 40 games before they lost 20. Looking really good this season. My thing is, do you think that other teams can get past that statistic? 40 wins before losing 20. And right now, there's other teams that are close, but no cigar. But historically, 91% of the teams win the NBA championship with this statistical rule. In observation, the teams that have done it before that did not meet the standard were the 94-95 Rockets, the 2003-2004 Detroit Pistons, the 2005-2006 Miami Heat, and the 2021 Milwaukee Bucks. Now, I do believe there's going to be other teams that, break that rule, break that standard. Right now, we're looking at maybe Houston could do it if they were to get their point guard back. Of course, Denver, they already won a championship. They know what it takes, so they would be like Houston in a sense. They already know what it takes to win the championships. I'm talking about the Houston Rockets in the 90s. They won the back-to-back championships. They came back the next year. They knew what it takes to win. So even if they go on some losing streaks and some slumps and some health issues, once they got everybody back, they can turn it on. Maybe Denver can do that. Once they get Gordon back, they got Cam Thomas, I believe, back recently. Joker's playing a lot of minutes, supposed to be restricted, but these guys put it all together and make a run and win the championship. That will be interesting. Of course, over in the East, you've got the Boston Celtics that are right there. They lost over 20, but there's a chance they still get Tatum back, and they're already in the top 3 of the Eastern Conference. They get Tatum back before this run is over with. It's going to be very dangerous in the East, especially if he plays himself into, great condition and help push to the playoffs. He might be out. They might keep him out, but there's still a chance that can change. You never know, and that will be a wild card in the Eastern Conference, along with the Knicks and the Cavaliers, who also have a great shot with that James Harden trade. They're playing really well. They've been on a roll recently with these San Antonio Spurs, who are undefeated this month. But it'll be great to see if somebody's able to break out of that rule in the new modern era of basketball, with now all the threes being taken and all that stuff. So, yeah, it's an interesting rule. Are you willing to win? Are you willing to win? Well, let me know what you think about it in the comment section here. The No Face Sports Show. I just think that 40-20 rule is pretty cool, but I do think there's going to be some definitely outliers and teams that push past that narrative. I've been looking forward to seeing that more often, especially when players were able to move more freely. I think the rule is going to be even tighter now that, the league is tightened up on players being able to join with each other. But I do think there's going to be some teams that are able to, do something like, again, Denver, Boston, and we'll see. Maybe even the Knicks, obviously, they put it all together and get a championship. But as we move forward, we're not going to hold you long. It's going to be a great weekend, of course. Again, we've got sports going on every day, and we're going to talk about this gentleman right here, WWE, Trick Williams. Internal discussions about making him babyface. He's a heel coming from NXT, having a great run. But let me pause for a second and just let you hear him.
Right now. But it's going to get loud tonight because Trick Williams is here, and I'm known to talk more trash than the Louisville Lip. Ain't that right, Colonel? That's right. We still got tickets available. You come get your tickets at Ticketmaster. You give us your dollars. We make you holler. We're going to whoop that all around the arena tonight. Make sure you're here. Make sure you have a good time. We're at the KFC. Yum, yum. Let's talk about it.
Well, you see that star right there in Trick Williams. Awesome talent. Great on the microphone. In-ring ability is good. It's still improving over time. He's still kind of in the young stage of his career, but he's improved a lot, and he's definitely main roster ready. He's got the look. He's got the persona. Wish I could have played some of the other clips that he's been on, the media run he's been on. He's just looking like an absolute star. And if you see throughout all these appearances he's been on SmackDown, and even though I've heard on some live stuff, that the crowd is definitely cheering him, and that's the reason why they're thinking about turning him babyface. And this weekend, tomorrow, he's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. He made that. That was somewhat, people felt that was somewhat of a shock. It's not. He's a star. He's proven it over and over, and I know the upper management is seeing that, and they're like, man, we can make a star out of this gentleman, out of this man, out of this superstar, young wrestler who will be a superstar. They call them WWE superstars, but I really think he can become one. If they push him, they have to do well. They have to push him well in this match coming up tomorrow in the Elimination Chamber. He will be facing Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, LA Knight, Jey Uso, Javon Evans, and of course, in the women's side, you got Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James, and Raquel Rodriguez. There's going to be the Women's Intercontinental Championship match between Becky and AJ Lee, and the World Championship match between CM Punk and Finn Balor. So for his match, the cage match, the Elimination Chamber, we don't know where he's going to start, but they have to make him look strong in his match. You know he's going to come out with great fanfare. They're going to be really excited and hyped for him with his music and his theme song and whoop that Trick. They got to keep pushing him. He's the future right now, and as we see, the vision is blurry because the vision is all hurt. You got to push him to the moon, him, Javon. Whenever you get Fatu back, all these guys pushing them to the top of the card and making them prominent on all their shows, because they definitely need to push the newer generation even further, because we know all these retirements from, we just seen, John Cena, of course, AJ Styles just came on. You've seen he's going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame at WrestleMania. You're losing a lot of big star power. You got to create more. You got one sitting right there with the lemon pepper steppers. He's ready for it. And I was just watching a documentary on Dusty Rhodes, and I know Dusty would have loved him, but Dusty wasn't necessarily known the best for his in-ring ability, but he knew how to work his work rate in the ring. He knew how to get the crowd involved. His microphone skills were amazing. His sketches and skits and promos and all that stuff, vignettes, he know how to get over with the crowd, the common man, and not just the common man, just people in general loved him. Shoot, my grandmama loved him, mom loved him, everyone loved him. So I feel like Trick Williams is the same way as far as being able to be very, very, loved by the audience, by his, his swagger, his appearance, and the way he handles himself on the mic and in the ring. He knows what to do and get people involved, the crowd involved, and it's only going to get better with time and with the WWE putting that push behind him. I think he could be a really, really big star in this company. So what do you think about it? Let me know in the comment section. We'll be checking out SmackDown and the Elimination Chamber. And all the sports is going on. More basketball going on this weekend. Pistons is playing tonight, and what is it? Some other games. Obviously, college, and of course, the UFC is always going to be doing their thing over there at Paramount. And small note too, I seen that Netflix pulled out of the deal to get WB, and it looks like Paramount is going to be the provider for all that WB content, all that HBO content. They're going to be huge. It's going to be insane to see, and we're going to see where AEW falls in all this. But that's all I got for you today. Like, share, subscribe, and follow. We will be back with more from the No Face Sports Show. And as I say, Sports Game, you know the vision. Peace.